We are ready.
We're ready, all right. We're live?
Yes, we're live.
All right, so we're gonna call the January 17th, 2025 Central Board of Architectural Review hearing to order. Are there any members of the public who wish to address the board regarding an item that is not on today's agenda?
We do not have anybody in the audience, but if you are online and wish to speak and do a public comment, please raise your hand. We do not have any public comment.
Elections. I nominate Puck for vice chair.
Perfect.
Lowell just nominated me for chair, so.
I'll make the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Member recusals,
Number one.
right, Denise is number one.
Number two for me.
Yep, we're actually on the, both of us have number two, so we're recusing ourselves. So I don't know which one of you, big strong people is gonna run the meeting when I'm gone, but you gotta run the meeting for number two. Since Puck isn't here,
Chris looks anxious.
Boy,
you can do it,
I've done it before.
okay. Agenda status
Anxious,
report,
that's another word.
So the agent requested that item number 3, 24 BAR 00014 Spence addition be removed from this agenda.
I make a
So we
motion,
can continue.
I make a
What was the
motion to approve the,
They just asked to get, to
Okay.
continue that.
I'll second the motion.
Okay.
I'll make it. I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda status report. There's a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Minutes. I'd like to make a motion to
Second.
approve the minutes of December 13th, 2024.
Second.
Any further discussion? Okay. Informational
Do we have to
briefing.
vote on that?
Yeah, you did. All in favor?
Aye. Yes.
I recused.
Recused,
I wasn't here.
and he recused. We have two
Okay.
recusals. Aye.
Aye, yes.
Informational briefing. You're voting today, since you've already made motions.
Oh, okay.
Because Puck's not here, that means we need one of you to actually vote, so.
Think
Um,
that it's worthwhile for me to be here today?
yes, it's always worthwhile,
What else? were
even when
doing?
you come and there's not a meeting.
Right? We're gonna get
You weren't the only one.
Okay. You guys weren't here last Friday. I was here last Friday.
Oh, we're being-
Were you?
It was the second Friday.
Oh, God.
Puck did the same
I have
thing.
to laugh that loud.
You're
Come on,
consistent,
come
you're
on.
consistent.
Puck did the same thing.
I was about to send out the agenda as well, right? The-
Yeah, and she did too, so there were three
I
of
would've been
you.
here too, so.
She was like, she calls me to pick, I gotta send the agenda out right now, and I'm like, she's like, okay. Well, that's our informational briefings, unless anybody else has got anything. Yeah, okay. Staff update, Nicole?
Good morning. Happy New Year. Let's see. I just have a couple updates. One of them deals more with South County, but it might be of general interest. On January 8th, the County Planning Commission approved some minor changes to the Highway 101 widening project segment 4D that goes through Montecito. And so they expect that project to be completed by 2026. So what that means is anyone driving from here down to Ventura, for example, two of the segments that are in the county will be done. There's still some work that's going to be happening in the city, but by 2026, most of that highway work will be done. So that's good news. And then coming up of what may be interest to just generally everyone in February at the County Planning Commission, they're going to hear the comprehensive plan annual progress report. So that will be presented by long range planning, and it might be of interest because they'll be going over their progress on all their various work plan items that they're working on for long range planning.
Date is that?
February 26th at the County Planning Commission. And that's all I have for today.
Did Board of Supervisors pass the ag.
Yes.
The ag.
Yes. Sorry, that was a big oversight on my part, not to mention that, yes, passed the ag enterprise ordinance. And staff is getting trained up on that.
Is
And
it be much ramification for us, or is it mostly in the planning?
it's probably gonna mostly be planning. It downgraded the requirements for a lot of certain types of uses and expanded the uses on agricultural properties. So there's a number of criteria for uses that will be exempt from permit requirements now. And then there's a number of uses that will only require a zoning clearance, which is a non-appealable staff approval. And most of those will not require BAR, but it probably is of general interest to the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then let's move right along with, El Capitan Campground areas F1 and F2.
You text me.
This, you're stepping out, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
so, and you're gonna text her when she's, okay. Because this should go pretty quickly once we come back, and I will need you for number 2.
We'll need you.
Thank you, Denise. All right, so just wanted to preface this. This item is on consent, which, since we've already made our findings at the preliminary level, typically items that are here for final on consent typically have basically like a laundry list of items. That's the best way to describe it. There are a few items that they need to tick off for us, and then we can go ahead and do the final approval. And to that end, I think, I don't have the comments in front of me. Let me go back, open up this, and I will read the comments. Return with plan set, the one we'd looked at, plus missing detail sheets, including window and door details. Oh, there it was in this thing. It's only one line. Okay, so do we have somebody here for that?
I'm here for that, if you can hear me okay. And Amber Garrity should be there in person as well.
Okay, if you're gonna be speaking to us, Amber, or Ms. Garrity?
I think it's more the designers on the call.
Okay, all right, because if you were gonna be speaking to us at all, it'd probably be helpful to stand up here, because otherwise this thing can't hear you. You have to project. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, I've read the comments. I don't think the planner has anything to add. I don't even know if the planner's here today. I don't know if Kevin's here.
Bethany, he's not, but he did reach out to me and let me know that he didn't have any comments.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so, so we're gonna go ahead. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask the applicant to walk us through the missing detail sheets, window and door details. And then, if we could, in essence, take a walk through all the plans, look at all the sheets again, just to make sure that everything's copacetic. And then we will, if we have any questions, I don't expect any, but if we have any questions, BAR will ask a couple of questions perhaps, and then we'll go to public comment. Given that this is here for final and it's a shopping list, we will still do the public comment. It's still gonna get called, but I'm gonna limit everybody to 3 minutes each so that we can move along. And then we'll come back and have our discussion and take our action. Okay? All right, so take it away.
Okay, hi, this is Mike Neiman. Sorry, I'm not there in person today. I was almost there in person last week too, so I would have seen Alan and everybody outside. My alarm went off that said C-Bar, get in the car and drive north. So anyway, I'm on Zoom today. So the first thing to follow along with what you just said, let's go through the checklist of what we were short on just a month ago. Of course, we went through this set and you guys saw the materials board last month. So let's do the laundry list. If you could go to 2 of 8 right there. So what we've done is we've gone through and rekeyed and put in all these details. If you go to the pages that we want to look at are 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So let me go through these really quick. Oh, one too many. There we go. So what we have, and some of these you might have seen last time, this sheet are the wall details. I'll walk through, let's go through them all really quick so I can just show you what we've got. These are all of our wall details and assemblies. If you go to the next sheet, 13. Here are all of our roof details. So you'll see kind of all the nuts and bolts of how everything's assembled and put together on the trellises and the roofs and all these things. The next one. Here we have partition wall details. A lot of these are interior details that aren't relevant, but here's all of our wall assemblies detailed out. Next one. Here we get into our door schedule types and details. This is the one principally that there was kind of a blank sheet in there. So everything's now, this is interior and exterior doors as you've seen in the elevations, and I think everything is copacetic. We were just missing these. So what we did was we put them in really quick, and 2 days later, I think we resubmitted it so we could see you guys just right now. So here's all of our door details. We've got both swing casement type doors, and we do have some bifold doors that we have on one of the facades that are in the elevation. So those are all here and detailed out. If you go to the next one, it gets it's similar into the window details. So we've got very few window types, and we've just called those out. So those 5 sheets are the sheets that we returned, put in the set, and resubmitted that same set that you've been reviewing along the way. So if you would like now, we could walk through the whole set. If you go to 1 of 8, and I'll try to, since we did this a month ago, I'll try to do it quickly, but I also want to make sure that you guys are seeing everything that you need to see. So you can direct me as to how fast you want me to go.
You can, I'm just gonna have her keep flipping.
Okay, keep flipping. What you'll see as we get started goes back to 2008 and 2010 to our view shed analysis study. Back to the early days of the approval of the project. Our general site plan. For visual analysis, and you guys will hopefully recall too that we took a year off the project and worked out an agreement with GCC on the project, and that's what we're doing back here. So with the Gaviota code being in compliance with all that. Materials, and you've seen the physical board last month, and it's still there in the room if you'd like to look at it again. Two. So these are the obviously the more technical drawings that support all of the design elevations and renderings that you've seen over the process. No changes from anything you've seen in the past, just the addition of details and material callouts and all those things. So these, again, you've seen these in the last, these haven't changed in the last 2 reviews. Technical sections showing all the roof heights, how the building symbol to put together. There's
Our details.
supporting details here, and then
Okay, 3.
number 3. And these are, of course, a compendium of what you've seen along the way. Very simple barn-like structures. Here's all of our exterior elevations. More rendered up with materials. Some of the other illustrations that you've seen over time. And no changes between any of these and the technical drawings that you're seeing that are being prepared.
Give it a sec.
They're running out of memory to close some of those pages.
Some back of house space. Just a support shed here, simple building ensconced in landscape. And you guys have also seen, and I've brought in the past, it's been a minute on that one, but I brought in tiny little light fixtures and turned those on, and all of our lighting plans haven't changed at all. Still remains the same, as low as possible, providing public safety, but keeping it as dark as possible. Visual study still. This is the F2 comfort station over on the west end. So this is bathrooms and showers. Again, having been reviewed previously. Path lighting for the most part over here at the yurt area. And enlarged plans for all the lighting, safety lighting. Civil and grading plans are more finely detailed, which we reviewed last time as well. No impacts, certainly no changes from the last 4 weeks on this one either.
Good.
Nothing changed. Details for
Grading.
grading and drainage. Same erosion control plans. Nothing has changed. We did not make our civil engineer do anything between over Christmas and New Year's, between then and now.
Okay.
And Arcadia, who's on the line, represented on the line, Derek and Sasha are both here. If there's any questions about all of our landscape plans, nothing has changed here in the last 4 weeks either. So this is all the same plans that have been reviewed previously. Mhm. These were some of the from comments. These are some of the newer sections that we created that were illustrative sections to show the amendments that we made to the top of slope and with planting that was requested and doing a new vantage point study. And all of our landscape details, which these were all included last time. So there's no amendments or additions to this one. They already had met the mark. And 8 of 8, yeah. Planting plans, irrigation zones. That last shrub planting detail is probably the last thing in the set. So I think that's all we've got.
Okay. Do you have any questions? Okay. Then, if you've got your timer ready, we'll go ahead and do our public comment. Because I expect we have a couple.
Can we have the letting
And the letter, has everybody read the letter?
Yes. Yes.
I read it last night and second time last night.
Yes.
Okay, if you're online and wish to speak on an item, on this item, please raise your hand. Okay, let's see. Is it Lorianne?
Ms. Dennis?
Ms. Ellis, yeah.
That's the letter.
Yep. But she can also speak.
You got that email?
It was in.
You just need to unmute yourselves, ma'am. Because we can't hear you. Oh, she's unmuted, but we can't hear her.
What about, can you dial *6?
Well, Ms. Dallas, we'll come back to you in a minute because I believe, Ms. Jamal? Maya Jamal? Can you click on it? Yeah. There we go. We can hear you, ma'am. So it's your 3 minutes. You can do what you like. We do usually suggest that for our benefit, you couch your comments within our purview. Take it away.
Okay. Good morning. Thank you so much for meeting with us this morning. Thank you for your time. As you know, this is the last 20 miles of undeveloped Southern California coastline left. We urge you to make your decisions on understanding literally at the Bacara all the way down to Rosarito, Mexico is continuous urban sprawl. There is a lot of concern. I wish that Lorianne could have spoke before me. She's a Chumash member, and it's very important that you take into account what the Chumash people are saying about this traditional village of Aliwashmu. It was named as the Dancing Village, and this village, excuse me if I didn't pronounce that correctly, but this village, we want you to take into the historical significance of it. There's archaeological sites there. I've walked the sites with Santa Ynez tribal members. You're well aware that I've walked it outside of the boundaries, obviously, respectfully, with Santa Ynez cultural monitors whose uncles have worked on the project with the gas pipeline. They've pointed out to me exactly where the 3 dancing areas are and some village site rings, okay? But the importance of bringing that up is that we know that there's going to be a lot of digging. There's going to be a lot of implementation. We're really concerned and we don't understand. I'm speaking on behalf of the community. I've been working as a activist with the Naples Coalition since its conception. And then it's also closing. And so I've seen and been a part of many battles to protect the Gaviota Coast. You have that seat right now. The visual impact of what this will create from the northbound, the southbound freeway, you can see it when you walk on the beach, when you come around the corner there at the river mouth, it's right there in your face. You can see it surfing. So, I mean, it's just very appalling that the yurts and the RVs are being given to a billionaire company. But when people who need affordable housing, I work on affordable housing in the state of California through the Health Department of Services. And we work really hard on getting people affordable housing. But Santa Barbara County is somehow giving a billionaire access to a yurt in expanding their campground, but they're not willing to let a yurt or an RV go in someone's backyard to help with housing. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on, you know, my stance on this. I really want you to take into account the impact of the visual landscape in all directions, but then also what it's going to do, the impact to the land, and just the impact to our community. This is, you know, the safety precautions are also, as a first responder and an EMT and a nursing student, I'm concerned about if there was an emergency experience, you know, to happen in this area, which happens, we're seeing fires, right? We're seeing projects being built in fire
Could
areas.
you wrap up your comments, ma'am?
Yes, I'm wrapping them up, but we're talking 500 campsites between the state park and LCAP's already existing project. They don't need any more development. I wish it was up out of our view side so they could have their thriving business, but just don't put it in our face. And we really don't want you to support this. It's ugly. It's not a great visual impact. It's not following the Gaviota Coast GAVPAC plan. And I just really want you to vote against this on behalf of the people. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Velez, can you try speaking again and see if we can hear you? I'd really like to.
I know that she sent you a letter as well, if you wanted to
Yes,
read.
and we've all read it.
Okay, but maybe
Read
for
it.
public to hear it, if she can't be, if for her 3 minutes, so that we could still hear her.
That's not actually how.
Okay, if we could just look at it for 3 minutes, that would be great. And
Just
scroll down.
put it up on
Great.
the deed.
Thank you. And please mute me if you don't mind.
Scroll down a little.
Oh, to this one? That's all it is.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, that's it for public comment, right?
Yes.
Right, okay, so, you might wanna text Denise,
We're good.
yeah, we will be in a half,
In a second.
in a skinny minute. Okay, so, do we have any further deliberations? Because that's the end of public comment. Yes,
We went to see the project.
Several times.
It was approved 14 years ago, correct?
yeah,
And then it was fully approved, and then it came back because they.
and all of that is outside of my purview.
Yeah,
Because the only thing I'm looking at today, the only thing I have any say over
is the building design.
is what's our purview is.
Right, so that's what I wanted to communicate to the public.
Yeah, well, yes, and most of these comments, as you are just pointing out, a lot of these have to do with allowable use, they have to do with traffic, they have to do with fire, they have to do
Not what we
with
do.
a lot of those things. And that's not, whether it's an allowable use, whether the zoning, this is all
That was my point.
planning commission, board of supervisors. You're correct. Thank you for pointing that out. Going over, it's always well worth going over what our purview is. Okay, anything else? Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make the motion based on the information we have in front of us today.
Okay. Go for it.
Make the motion to approve.
Final approval?
Yes.
All right,
I'll second the motion.
okay. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I didn't hear, any opposed? Okay. All right, item number 2, Hunter Dooley Family Trust Garage, 24 bar 00118. And I'm gonna,
You're out. I'm out.
you wanna come sit here, here are the comments from last time.
Okay, let's give those a.
You can,
give those a read.
and
Denise,
I'm,
we'll wait for Denise to come back.
yeah, it would be nice. You can go stand in Durham's.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wait for Denise to come back. Thank you.
Thank you.
I certainly understand these people's.
We're gonna start again. Okay. So item number 2 is 24 bar 00118 Hunter Dooley Family Trust Garage. We're gonna review the comments from last time. Comment number 1, the architecture is appropriate for the area. Size, the bulk scale are acceptable. Provide a dark sky compliant lighting plan for the next meeting. Provide a simple landscape plan. A, recommend the added shade trees for livability to mitigate the sun/heat. In your landscape plan, be mindful that the soil in this area will be difficult to revegetate. Any comments online? Is that where we're gonna start? Any questions from you guys on this particular item?
Yeah. I'll make my usual comment about the dark sky lighting, based on comments made by people here, and that we have no control over it unless somebody complains, which is how Puck explained that to me last time. I think we really need to look at what's going on, because some of the projects that we've approved with dark sky compliance look like Disneyland.
They're
When
lit
they're lit
up.
up.
They're lit
So
up
we need to figure out whether we're gonna either do it.
or not do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, once again, the wind is blowing in my face, I realize that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's look at comments from the public online. And is there anyone here from the project?
Let's see. And then Vincent, you're online for this item, correct?
Correct, and then Tom Jess as well, and Laura Brady, the landscape architect.
Who wants to go first?
Is Tom Chess?
Yes.
Take us through it?
Yeah. Yeah, hi. Can you guys hear me okay?
There we go. Okay, good.
Perfect.
Go for it.
Yeah, good morning. Tom Jess with Eris Studio Architects here representing the client for this project. Luckily, we only have a couple items to walk through. The first one is if you can go to the tab that's called Color Board. It was the dark sky compliant lighting. If you remember on the last time we came through, we did not show the exterior lighting. It was noted, but it wasn't shown. So the light fixture is shown over on the right-hand side. And we went through all the cut sheets, made sure that the light fixture is in the solid portion. It's recessed up into the actual light source is located up in the solid portion of the light fixture. It's dark sky compliant. We're showing 3 fixtures on the garage side, and that's it. The lighting for the porch would be up in the underneath the roof there, so very minimal lighting on the exterior of the building. So that was the dark sky compliant lighting question. There was one other comment or question about the driveway material that I don't think made it into it, but It's a shale gravel type material. That's, if you go to the landscape plan, you can kind of see where that is. And that's also the landscape plan is the other item. You can see it's from the driveway in, and that's the same material that's out there existing now, that area through there, correct. And then Laurel with Earthform, we worked on a landscape plan to put some shade trees up there. And so we made sure that we addressed that comment that we heard from the board as well.
Do we have a photo sim or anything on that? A
Um,
rendering?
I don't know if we do or not. Laurel is on the call, so she could probably answer any specific questions. Laurel, are you available to answer any questions regarding the trees?
Just in time. I'm sorry. It's a new computer and I was having trouble getting on the meeting. Hi, everybody. This is Laurel Brady from Earthform Design. I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
The question was just, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, so no problem. Shade trees for mitigation of heat, sun, and where they were added.
Well, we always had trees on the plan. The olive trees on the west side of the house are there both for shade and for slight wind protection. And then the crepe myrtle trees on the east side are for beauty, number one, and also for some shade and just framing views on that side. And then we have 2 oak trees at the entry of the driveway.
Those are existing, correct?
The one is existing, the one on the east side is not.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Actually, no, neither one of those are existing. Those are both new. Excuse me.
Okay.
And no other comments from myself.
Questions? Any questions?
Hey, Tom, just to make sure the gravel driveway, is that the driveway connecting the house to the little access road, or is that just the access road? There's just 2 symbols on the landscape plan.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I can speak to that. The existing driveway is a gravel chip seal, and the driveway it should be the same symbol. It's just showing one is existing and one is new. It will also be a gravel chip seal driveway.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Any other questions from you guys? Any other comments? So the action to be taken is project to return for preliminary and final review. Any takers on that?
Yeah, I'll make the motion. to bring it back.
Before we proceed, can we do the
We have
public
another-
comment?
We have another comment?
No, those were the agents. So I just wanted to make sure that we asked for public comment. And we do not have any public comment for the record.
I did see that. Go ahead, it's official. Okay, we have a motion. We have a second.
Second?
Okay, congratulations.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, who's in it? Yeah, you do. I think there's probably a more formal way to do it, but.
You take yours.
I was thrust in the position of power. It's not.
Doing it. That's great.
Keep your seat warm for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I'm gonna put my pen back in here. Yeah, next time. She's gonna put our names on them, so put your pen back in.
Okay,
Oh.
we're gonna do it.
Oh, I have my letter. Maybe you just did it. It's like they didn't say it. It's a good thing this is clear.
Yeah.
Okay, Nicole, I gave you co-host rights.
Make sure I get my clearance back next week.
All right, can you all see what I have?
Yes, ma'am.
No,
No.
yeah, we can.
This is LCAP.
That's good.
Okay. It's basically the same on the other one as well.
That was easy.
And then this one was dropped, so
It was continued, yep.
continued.
Can we pre-approve the minutes for next time?
Not quite. It's not on our agenda, sadly. But, you know, just everybody remember this, and then when I come in and go, I'd like to make a motion to approve the January 17th minutes, everybody can go, second, okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a record before 10 o'clock.
It is.
Nice.
Woo, woo, thank you very much, board, way to start the year.
And then our next meeting will be February 14th.
Valentine's
It
Day.
is Valentine's Day and March 14th.
March 14th, yes.
Unless it's a leap year, it's exactly the same date as February.
Excellent.
So if you know that you won't be attending, please let me know.
When is April?
April 11th.
Yeah, I won't be.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then you said March and April also.
April and May.
April and May.
Okay.
All right,
You know, David used to give us a calendar.
he did, he sent it out.
Well, I never.
You didn't get it. Can you resend the digital copy
It's
to,
also in the digital copy.
or do you want to take a picture of that?
I just sent it to us.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll send it
send
to
it.
you.
Just send it to me twice. Yeah, 3 times, maybe I'll see it.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second the motion.
That was Chris, all in
Yes.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good